The 1997 to 1998 college football season ended in controversy as the national championship ended up being split between number 1 Michigan, who won the AP through their victory over number 8 Washington State in the Rose Bowl, and number 2 Nebraska, winning the Coaches Bowl, upon their throttling of number 3 Tennessee in the Orange Bowl. Number 1 and number 2 did not meet in the Orange Bowl because of the Big Ten's tie to the Rose Bowl rather than the Bowl Alliance. But what if the college football season had existed as it does today, and ended with a 4-team playoff? And each of these 3 teams, along with 4th-ranked Florida State, all had the shot at a sole national championship. Let's start things off in the Sugar Bowl as number 1 Michigan takes on number 4 Florida State. The scoring starts early as Florida State's Thad Busby finds E.G. Green for the score. Michigan comes firing back though midway through the first as Brian Griese finds Ty Streets for a 63-yard score. Michigan comes out firing once again on their next possession as this time Brian Griese finds Ty Street for a 53-yard score. Florida State marches down the field though later in the first and fullback Lamar Glenn is able to power in for the score. And right around the start of the second quarter, Florida State is able to kick this 48-yard field goal to retake the lead. Michigan comes firing back though as Brian Griese hits Jermaine Tuman on an underneath route, and he is able to break a couple tackles and power in for the score. Florida State answers back though as Thad Busby finds Myron Jackson for the score. Michigan responds quickly though as Brian Griese once again finds Jermaine Tuman, who is able to break an outstanding amount of tackles as he is able to run in for an 80-yard score. As time is running out in the first half, Michigan would add this field goal. Not to be outdone though as the game is heading into halftime, Thad Busby would find E.J. Green deep over the middle and he would be able to outrun all the Michigan defenders to cut the lead to 1. Early in the third, Michigan would add this field goal. Michigan would be rolling once again on their next drive, and Brian Griese would find Clarence William, who would be able to break a tackle and get in for a 32-yard score. Florida State is not done yet though, as Thad Busby finds E.G. Green deep over the middle for his 3rd score of the day. On their next drive, Busby would find halfback D. Fester for a 16-yard score. Now down by 3, Brian Griese would find Russell Shaw for a 40-yard score to retake the lead. They would then extend that lead to 11 with this Clarence Williams touchdown run. Florida State would cut that lead to 8 with this field goal. Michigan would respond though, with Brian Griese once again finding Ty Street deep, this time for a 62-yard score. Though Florida State would go on to have a couple scores late, it would not be enough, as Michigan wins it 61-57 to advance to the national championship game in the Orange Bowl. We now head over to the Fiesta Bowl between number 2 Nebraska and number 3 Tennessee. Nebraska would start the scoring with this field goal. On Tennessee's following possession, Peyton Manning would look left, but his pass is overthrown and intercepted by Ralph Brown, who breaks a tackle and sees nothing but green as he returns the interception for 6. They would then score again as Scott Frost finds Chevin Wiggins for the score. Tennessee would finally get on the board with his field goal, but Nebraska would respond with one of their own. But on Nebraska's next offensive possession, the Tennessee defense would come up big, sacking Scott Frost for the safety. But on the possession after that, they would kick this field goal. But Tennessee would respond with a long one of their own. Tennessee would finally get a touchdown on the board as Peyton Manning finds Mark Levine for the score. And they would follow that up with a field goal on their next possession. And then with another one on the one after that. But Scott Frost and the Cornhuskers finally respond, as he finds a wide-open Kenny Cheatham for a 56-yard score. And then on their next possession, he would find him again, this time for a 54-yard score. And then after that, late in the third, they would kick this field goal to go up by 19. And the game wouldn't get any closer than that, as number 2 Nebraska throttles number 3 Tennessee 43-24. We now head on to the national championship between number 1 Michigan and number 2 Nebraska. Michigan starts the scoring as Brian Griese finds Ty Streets for a 14-yard score. Nebraska would respond with his field goal. Michigan would then counter with one of their own. A little later, Brian Griese would find Ty Street for his 2nd score of the day. They would then follow that up with another field goal, and Nebraska would come back with another one of their own. Nebraska would finally get into the end zone with this short Ahman Green run. Brian Griese and the Wolverine offense would respond with a beautiful pass to Ty Streets for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Nebraska would respond with yet another field goal, and they would follow that up with another one. Brian Griese would come back though, hitting Ty Streets for his 4th touchdown of the day. Though Nebraska would go on to score 8 late, it'd be too little too late, as Michigan wins it 34-27 to claim a sole national championship.